What's up, guys? Steve with Scotch and Things. Gonna have a Celsius. These things are actually pretty good because I had like a Red Bull addiction. I don't know if these are any better. Today, we're going to talk about the Ruben's titanium tools, Rone. It's a mouthful. Do you remember this unboxing? It was back in like September. Number 176 in Damasteel. If you watch that video or it's too long for you to remember, I'll give you a brief rundown. Years ago, I saw one of these posted in a group, and I thought, that's a cool looking knife. And so I did my research, found out what it was, and looked him up on Instagram, only to see that he hadn't like posted in 2 years. I was like, oh man. So I set notifications just in case, and I don't know, sometime this last summer he started making knives again. I can't remember the exact date. Maybe it was last spring. Oh, the dog's here. Stuff's gonna get bumpy. Bumpy and noisy. She's in a mood today. And he opened book spots for these Damasteel ones, and I thought about it at the time, and I didn't go for one. And then he started, I think there were like 10 spots. I might be wrong, 10 or 20 spots. I can't remember. But every once in a while, he'd make an extra one and just throw up on his Instagram page, you know, first come, first serve. Finally, I'd missed out a couple times. Finally, I was able to get one. And like I said at the time, I wasn't really into fancy stuff, you know, Damascus clip and backspacer and Damasteel, which this is beautiful. And maybe because I didn't, you know, I think that was before I got any of I might have had my first Damascus Chris Reeve knife. I always thought they were kind of art knives or pretty, and didn't see the function in having a knife that you couldn't use. Well, then I kind of did some research, and this Damasteel, its core is actually, and I can't remember what the other part is, but it's actually RWL34. So this Damasteel is, I mean, that's a blade, you know, that they are the ones that make RWL34. And so that's what the core is. So it's a pretty good core. And this thing is, and I like RWL34, I like CPM 154, I like it because I've used it, and I know it performs well for what I need it to do. And this thing is razor sharp. So I got it, and I thought, oh, it's really pretty. But if you watch on Instagram, and I don't post every time I carry it, but guys, I carry this thing a lot. Am I gonna hard use this knife, even though this is probably a better, you know, core than some of the Damascus type stuff out there? And I'm saying that because I don't know crap about what their cores are. So but as an EDC knife, just like a everyday carry knife, this thing is awesome. It's bigger. I mean, you can see, what do I have that you guys might know for reference, like laying around? Here's a slim midi. So if you know what a slim midi, I mean, it's butt to butt. But what's nice about this thing, how about an SMF? We got an SMF right here. So it's like the size of an SMF, okay? But stupid thin, and you can choke up on it, and it carries really, really well. And there's not a lot of these out there, guys. I mean, I don't think he's above 200 right now, to be honest with you. And it's a maker, I think. He went away for a couple years, but I think he deserves more attention. I think people who know and have the knives love and enjoy them. But I don't think there's much fanfare out there. But, I mean, he makes an insanely well-built, nice knife. There's no movement in this thing. It's awesome. I love the CNC grind on the blade. And did I say it's like a razor blade? But I carry this a lot because it carries so well, especially for things like going to church or going to some kid's school event where I don't need some giant knife to pry open a door, like my kickstand, which I also love. And it's just an excellent carry knife. Could it probably handle more? Yeah, like I said, RWL is and especially if you had one of his RWL blades. But this Damasteel blade, it cuts amazing for what I need this knife to do. Opening packages, stuff like that. You know, USA made. And I never saw that before, but he's got it even milled in there. It says USA made blade, or USA made, God, I'm an idiot. USA. It's not super heavy, it's not super light. He's got some milling on the lock side, but the action is crazy good. And it's like, if I'm in a mood, like this is one of those knives I'll just kind of sit around and play with, or I'll take on the road with me in the hotel, because this is just kind of relaxing. But like I said, I do carry it. I carry it a lot. I'm not afraid to cut with it, but I'm not gonna do dumb shit with it, because I've got other knives that handle doing dumb shit with knives better than this would, because this is a really thin grind. So you don't want to be prying, even though it's a little bit thicker up here, that tip is pretty fine. So not a knife you're going to be prying, you know, boards off your wall. I always say that because I was prying some trim pieces off to repaint them. Not with this knife, with a Strider, but I just thought I'd give you an EDC update. It's an amazingly well put together knife, made here from a maker I don't think gets enough credit, and I just love the way it carries. I mean, look how thin that is. You know, and there's times I want a thin knife like this, and there's times I want something, you know, like that. It just kind of depends on the mood and what I'm going to be doing that day. So, I mean, that's really all I got for you. Just that it's still here in the collection. Oh, dog, it's not going in. Golly, this dog is all over the place. It's not going anywhere. I absolutely love it and carry it and use it. But I use it for what I think I should use a knife like this for. So, and it's a work of art also, which is also a plus in my book. So it's kind of nice when, you know, you don't always need a hard use knife. Sometimes you want, you know, just something that cuts really well. So there you go. The Ruben's Titanium Tools Rone. Excuse me. Number 176. Just an absolute, like, piece of art. So good. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.